Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum, students and fellow physics enthusiasts. How do you apply the conservation laws of momentum and energy in finding the period of oscillation of a system in simple harmonic motion after a completely inelastic collision? To find out, just hang on till the end of this video. Watch and learn. The problem is a rifle bullet with mass 8.00 grams and initial horizontal velocity 280 meters per second strikes and embeds itself in a block with mass 0.992 kilogram that rests on a frictionless surface and is attached to one end of an ideal spring. The other end of the spring is attached to the wall. The impact compresses the spring a maximum distance of 15.0 centimeters. After the impact, the block moves in simple harmonic motion. Calculate the period of this motion. First thing first, we'll identify the given quantities in this problem. So, we are given the mass of the rifle bullet denoted by small letter m equal to 8.00 grams and its initial horizontal speed equal to 280 meters per second. It strikes and embeds itself in a block with mass capital M equal to 0.992 kilogram. The block is initially at rest. It is attached to one end of an ideal spring, and the other end of the spring is attached to the wall. We can ignore the mass of this ideal spring, and before the collision, the block is at x equals 0, or what we call the equilibrium position of the spring and block system. So when the spring is still at its uncompressed and unstretched condition, as what is shown in this figure, the impact compresses the spring, all right, a maximum distance of 15.0 centimeters, which is considered to be the amplitude of the simple harmonic motion oscillation. And our target variable, right, is the period of the oscillation denoted by capital T. This problem involves the motion at a given position and not at a given time. So we can use energy methods. Before the collision between the bullet and the block, we say that uh, the total mechanical energy of the block spring system is equal to zero. The fact that uh, the block is initially at rest and the spring is in its uncompressed and unstretched condition. However, the bullet, all right, has its initial kinetic energy, the fact that it is in motion, right? The kinetic energy of the bullet before the collision is just equal to half of its mass multiplied by the square of its initial speed, or that is 1/2 multiplied by 8.00 times 10 to the negative 3 kilogram times the square of its initial speed, 280 point meters per second, which, when computed, K1 of the bullet before the collision equals 314 joules in three significant figures. Likewise, the bullet also has its initial momentum, all right, equal to its mass multiplied by its initial speed, or that is mv sub 1, which is 8.00 times 10 to the negative 3 kilogram multiplied by 280 point meters per second. So when you do our math, we also find uh, the momentum of the bullet before the collision equal to 2.24 kilogram meter per second, also rounded to three significant figures. The collision of the bullet and the block spring system is considered a completely inelastic collision. This means that uh, the total momentum of the system after the collision, which we denote as total momentum or PT prime, all right? And this is equal to the combined mass of the system, that is, the mass, the bullet plus the mass of the block, or small m plus capital M, multiplied by their unknown common speed, which we denote as b prime. So this uh, total momentum of the bullet and the block system after or just after the collision is equal to the sum of the two masses, 8.00 times 10 to the negative 3 kilogram, that's the mass of the bullet, plus the mass of the block, 0.992 kilogram, and then multiplied by B prime, or the unknown common speed of the bullet and block system just after the collision, right? And this is simplified to 1.00 kilogram B prime. Based on the conservation of linear momentum equation for inelastic collision, we can find the combined speed just after the collision. So in this equation, B prime has been isolated and is equal to the total momentum small m v1, representing the total momentum before the collision. And to be divided, of course, by the total mass of the system, small m plus big M. That is, B prime equals 2.24 kilogram meter per second. This is the computed total momentum of the system before the collision. And then that is divided by the combined mass, 1.00 kilogram, right? So we get the value of G prime equal to 2.24 meters per second, rounded to 3 significant figures. We consider this as the maximum speed of the oscillating system at the equilibrium position, x equals 0. It also has its corresponding maximum kinetic energy, denoted by K prime, right? Equal to 1/2 quantity small m plus big M times the square of B prime. Or K prime equals 1/2 times 1.00 kilogram. This is the combined mass. Then multiplied by the computed B prime square, 2.24 meters per second squared. The value of K prime, therefore, is equal to 2.51 joules, rounded to 3 significant figures, right? As expected, this value of the kinetic energy of the system just after the collision is less than, right? Less than the total kinetic energy before the collision, which agrees with the concept that kinetic energy is not conserved in an inelastic collision. During the impact, the bullet, which is embedded within the block, all right, has lost certain amount of its kinetic energy, right, to overcome the friction within the block. Or we say that the kinetic energy of the bullet has been transformed into other forms of energy, such as heat and sound. All right, the final kinetic energy of the system, okay, that we have computed here, 2.51 joules, okay, is all that is left with the system. All right, when it undergoes what we call simple harmonic motion, because the upon impact, the spring gets compressed to its maximum horizontal displacement. All right. In other words, all this amount of K prime, or the kinetic energy just after the collision, is converted into elastic or maximum elastic potential energy of the spring, right? Determined by multiplying 1/2 the force constant, small letter k, and the square of the amplitude of oscillation, which incidentally is given in the problem, right? So this equation will give us, okay, the value of this unknown force constant or spring constant, small letter k. So we just isolate k and then multiply 2 by the amount of the maximum elastic potential energy, K, equal to the maximum kinetic energy, 2.51 joules. And that will be divided by the square of the maximum displacement of the spring, also known as the amplitude of oscillation, 0.150 meters. So again, when we do our math, we find the value of the force constant, small letter k, equal to 223 Newton per meter, rounded to 3 significant figures. This value of the force constant, small letter k, all right, will help us determine our target variable. In just a short while, we'll have the solution for that. Finally, we are now ready to compute the period of oscillation denoted by capital T, which, of course, is the reciprocal of the frequency. All right? In periodic motion, specifically simple harmonic motion, when the frequency f or small f is multiplied by 2 pi, we get what we call the angular frequency, denoted by the Greek letter omega. Right? So the angular frequency omega equal to 2 pi times the frequency small f can also be expressed as the square root of small letter k, or the force constant, divided by the mass of a body that is oscillating in simple harmonic motion, also known as the harmonic oscillator. Right? So when we isolate small letter f, okay, considering this equation, 2 pi times f equals square root of k over m, when we isolate small letter f and express it as quantity, square root of k over m, okay, close parenthesis, divided by 2 pi, we come up with the working formula, right? The working formula for determining the period of oscillation, denoted by capital T, right? So capital T equals the reciprocal of the frequency, small letter f, okay, which is equal to 2 pi multiplied by the square root of quantity, small letter m, plus big M. The fact that we are talking about a two-body system, the bullet and the block, right? And then that will still be divided by the force constant, small letter k. So that when we substitute these quantities, we get the period capital T is equals 2 pi multiplied by the square root of the combined mass, 1.00 kilogram, divided by the value of small letter k, the force constant, 223 Newton per meter. And simplifying, we finally get the value of the period of oscillation, capital T, equal to 0.421 seconds, rounded to 3 significant figures. So that concludes our lesson for today. Mabuhay! Till the next episode. MashaAllah. Thank you very much for your indulgence. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Alhamdulillah.